Jim Huss. I'm speaking with you from the showroom here at Keyboard Exchange International, where we have a fabulous selection of Hammond organs. Primarily, we deal in the older instruments, what we call vintage Hammond organs, models B-3, C-3, and A-100. There's simply nothing that sounds better or that can last longer than a properly restored Hammond B-3 organ. These instruments were made, most of them on average, more than 50 years ago. And they've developed a fabulous reputation for longevity and excellent tone quality. And most orchestra musicians would never complain that their Stradivarius violin was several hundred years old. And I believe that these instruments will one day have a similar reputation to a Stradivarius violin, the Hammond B-3 organ. This one that I'm standing next to is number 5 on our price list. It's with a matching Leslie speaker, and it's quite rare in that it is what they call a fruit wood finish, and this is one of the finishes that was a bit more rare. Number 1 is the traditional kind of a walnut finish. Number 2 is another fruit wood finish instrument. Now, number 2 is a little bit different than number 5. In a way, they're like twins. However, number 2 doesn't have any scratches on it. It's almost a perfect original piece. Number 5 has a few little scratches on it, but it's been discounted to give someone a fabulous, good deal. And those little scratches, they just add a little character. Really not that objectionable. Number 5 is a custom ebony finished instrument.
15.
Actually, yes, it's number 15. Thank you for pointing that out to me, Rodney. Rodney, my son, is doing the video, and in most cases, he will be the one delivering any organ on the east coast of the United States, anywhere from Florida to Maine, as far west as Texas. We just have Rodney load a few organs in the van and make deliveries. So you'll get a chance to meet him, and you can also see him on our website, www.keyboardexchange.com. And you'll be able to hear a lot of these organs being played also. So this is an overview of 4 B3s. I'd like to take you and show you number 4. The thing I like about that, and I can show you here, some of these organs have a subwoofer system on them, which really accentuates the bass pedals. Most of the musicians that I've met over the years, maybe 95% of the musicians that I've met, say our organs sound great, but they'd like to hear more bass from the bass pedals. Frankly, I think a lot of them would like to feel the bass. So with a subwoofer system, or one other system that I'll show you that's pretty much standard on our organs now, we can give you that feel that we're looking for. So I'll ask Rodney to kind of mosey on over here to number 4. Let's adjust that lighting. What I like the most about number 4, and you can see from the drawbars, when the numbers are engraved on the front of the drawbars, that's an indication of the last 5 years of production. The B3s and the C3s were manufactured for a 20-year period, all with the same model number, just very subtle differences like this drawbar feature here. But what I like the most about number 4, it's got a very bright, crisp sound, which is characteristic of the last 5 years of manufacture. And this particular one with the matching Leslie 122 is one of the best condition organs we've had here in a very long time. It's truly in mint condition. Now what we're doing is we are offering a sub-bass unit with this organ at no additional charge. This is perhaps the best looking, best condition, and nicest sounding organ on the planet Earth. So if this one's still available and your budget will allow, I highly suggest you consider number 4. We're going to go ahead and fade out now and meet you in another section of the showroom where we're going to define the difference and show and explain the difference between the model B3, C3, and A-100, and also show you an alternative way to get superior bass pedals. What we've done here is we've lined up a B3 near a C3, and behind the C3 we have the A-100. So we're going to show you the differences in the cabinet style. When these keyboards were being manufactured, the drawbars and the bass pedals and all of the internal parts on a Hammond B-3, when they were being manufactured, they came down an assembly line. And until they were installed into a piece of furniture, the parts, the internal parts, didn't have a model number associated with them until they were installed into a cabinet. So the B3 is characterized by having the four legs, kind of the open design, the see-through design. The organ sits on four legs. The C3 has the exact same internal parts, therefore we can get the exact same sound. But this organ has solid sides and a solid back. It's very much a church-style instrument, although the B3s are also very prized possessions in a church. The A-100, again, the same keyboards, the same pedals, the same drawbars, the same internal parts, configured slightly different. Again, those parts came down the assembly line and did not have a model number associated with them until they were installed into the cabinet. But we have learned how to hook this organ up to a Leslie speaker and to get the same sound as a B3 or a C3, and surprisingly it's at about half the price on average. Now there's a couple of reasons for that. The A-100 is simply not as popular. It does not have the locking top, the wooden key cover top, and oftentimes it does not have a finished back. We're able to add a finished back. We're not able to offer a locking top for this unless it's a model A-105. So B3, C3, A-100, all same parts, different cabinets. The B2, the C2 are other options. These are organs that were built prior to the B3 and C3. When they invented percussion, they changed the model. The percussion is this section here, these four tabs. And as a way of saving money, if we were to offer you a C2 or a B2, we would actually add a better percussion unit than you're seeing here. It sounds better, it's more flexible for the musician. So there are ways to save money. The B3 is generally the most expensive. The C3 is kind of in the middle. The A-100 and some of those others that I mentioned would be less expensive. But whichever organ you select, if you buy it from us, you'd be getting an organ that's properly restored, and you could count on it lasting a lifetime. It does require annual oiling. We can show you how to do that, and we'll supply the first 8 to 10 years worth of oil with the organ. It's only 30 drops of oil a year that are required, but it's got some moving parts in it, and for proper maintenance there are some simple things that need to be done. So I thank you for your time and attention. I'm Jim Huss, speaking with you from Keyboard Exchange in Sanford, Florida. God bless. We hope to be of service to you and your church.